Told you this a couple of weeks ago, or actually last week, that this was coming. The NCAA Playing Rules Oversight Panel approved the recommendation from the Football Rules Committee. The rule now allows for corporate advertisements to be placed in 3 spots on the field. A single ad centered right on the 50, along with no more than 2 smaller flanking advertisements elsewhere on the field. It can be done on a game-by-game basis, or it can be done for the entire season. And I had an opportunity. Here's what that would look like. I don't have a problem with this. You know, come on, local company, take that T out of there. Everybody gonna be okay with that? Lane Kiffin put out a suggestion. Somebody said, "What should they put as? Who should be the logo at midfield for the Neyland Stadium?" And Lane Kiffin said, "French's mustard." French's mustard, since they threw that at him. But we talked about it a little last week. Just the idea of hopefully you're talking 2 logos, more than likely Food City. Or Dish Network, somewhere at about the 30, 20, you know where they're putting the players, and they have the players back and they put that there on the field, the 27 or whatever. It'll probably be that. I can't imagine they'd ever replace the power T at midfield, but some schools will. And I'm guessing we all hate this idea?
I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. I see it in everything else I do. Also remember this, you may not like it, but if your school isn't doing this, they are falling behind. Yep. Because college football now has to they sing for their supper the way they've never had to.
Yeah, you're going to have logos on the uniforms and everything else, but that doesn't mean I don't have to hate it.
Fair enough.
Okay, Chuck, why don't you walk in here? We're going to talk about the Evansville game today. I want the picks to be quick because I don't expect anybody aside from Vince to take the Purple Aces. But Chuck, you had an interesting number.
Yes, it's actually dropped a little. I have it at the Vols -4.5. And the over and under also has dropped to 15.5, which seems high to me.
When was this? I mean, who was this? Whose system is this?
We got it on FanDuel.
Okay, FanDuel. 4.5, 15.5. Tyler, you're looking at it.
Tyler's making bets.
You've already got money on this.
I actually did it when I was behind the camera. Tennis, I said yesterday I thought the Vols would win this game by 6. It initially started at 5. It's dropped to 4.5. This is spot on where I thought it would be. Tennessee 10. Evansville 4.
Okay, so he takes Tennessee by 4.5. What do you do?
I'll go Tennessee 12, Evansville 7.
Okay, so now I got to do math.
Cash
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's a
cover. 4.5.
That's a cover. I'll
it.
take a cover under the total.
You can't say you're the broadcaster.
Yeah.
It's called professional.
But I'll take Tennessee.
But he told me off screen.
I'll take Tennessee and say it won't be a cover just to be different.
What was the final score yesterday? 10-8. Let's just let that roll again. 10-8 Vols.
Okay. Then the last thing, if the Vols get by Evansville at 6 o'clock today, they'll face a Florida State team, and we talked about pitching earlier, they'll face a Florida State team that scored 34 runs in their last 2 games. Now, it's important to remember, we don't know what their I haven't watched them. Vince, you may know. Tyler watches every game known to man. I don't watch Florida State baseball, so I don't know what their weaknesses are. But if your pitching's been a little shaky against Evansville, and now you got Florida State who's hitting the ball well at the moment, that would be a little persnickety. Plus, as Tyler pointed out before, might have done that on the show, the coach at Florida State now was the coach at Notre Dame who beat you a couple of years ago. Tell me about Florida State, if that's a matchup for the Vols.
Yeah, Florida State can swing the bat. Link Jarrett has resurrected that program after they had a long time had made the tournament, did not, and went through a dry spell there. He brought him back. But they give up some runs, too. They gave up a bunch of runs yesterday. They gave up, 19, something like that to Duke in the ACC championship game. So they're another team that can swing the bats, but then they have some rough moments on the mound also. So.
Not a lot of home runs in Omaha, so if they live on the long ball, it may not matter how many runs they like to score.
Young lefty who starts Fridays, but they're 3, 4, 5 in the middle of their lineup is probably as good as anybody in college baseball. They can match.
Can I say a quick thing on Xander Sechrist? Xander Sechrist, last 16 and 2/3 innings, last 3 starts, 3 on runs allowed, including 2 shutouts. So pitching depth favors Tennessee today.
Big game, though. The fact that we're talking about early in the what is a national title worth? Where would that rank? All the way to, would this be the biggest loss in UT history? There's a lot riding on this one. I mean, it's a very interesting game.
Yeah.
But it's cool that it's there, right? With college baseball, I mean, we're all from here. I would have never thought, never in a million years. So I think it's awesome that Tennessee
It does fill
baseball's
the gap
there.
between basketball and football.
It does.
Yeah, with everything that's happened to me, this is a game, seize the momentum, it can keep it. And whichever team can do that, it's going to be tough to beat.
I don't want to let any mental ghosts hover around in there. Get on them and get on my
Exactly.
way. Okay.
Exactly.
Thanks to everybody here. Tyler, welcome to our massive crew here. We
See you
appreciate
boys in
having you.
Omaha.
Okay.
No, you'll see us
I got
tomorrow.
even money with Tyler.
Thank you.